Rectangular back, this time with another Marvel Legends news update. Well, here we are on Saturday, and Hasbro on Thursday revealed the official images for the Doctor Strange wave. So they showed Doctor Strange himself, which it does look like we're going to get the same Doctor Strange we got last year, but with a skirt piece and a new cape and different effects. Looks like he's got the yellow effects. Those are ones that came with Scarlet Witch that are reusing for a lot of different characters now. Then also they showed Brother Voodoo with a different cape, and I don't think the paint scheme has changed for the character. I don't think the head changed. Haven't had time to take a close look at that, but the effects, the staff that he comes with has the blue skulls and tip instead of the green, glowing green translucent plastic that they used for the box set. Then they showed the movie Doctor Strange, which looks pretty good. I'm not a fan of movie figures, so probably gonna pass on that one. Then he comes with alternate hands and some sort of like energy shield. And then they showed the other movie figure, Carl Mordo. That I'm actually going to pick up because I don't know if we're ever going to get a comic book Carl Mordo. So for me, that's just going to work well as a stand-in for the comic book version. Also they showed Nico again, and doesn't look like anything's different from the prototype that they showed last year. Oh wait, I stand corrected. It looks like she has a an arm, energy effect arm, in addition to her little staff that she comes with. So yeah, I have zero interest in that character, but it's cool that she comes with some you know, nice effects. And the one I'm most looking forward to is the Iron Fist. And yeah, I love that they're giving us alternate hands with the wraps. Dwight mentioned that, I think it was either Dwight or Tony mentioned that he's got like actual sculpted skeletal hands inside those effects hands, so that's really cool. I just wish that we would be getting a different torso. He's got that Pizza Parker torso that I don't like. I wish they'd stuck with the Superior Spider-Man body mold. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's move on to the Spider-Man Marvel Legends. So again, on Thursday, Hasbro released the official images for the next Spider-Man wave. They showed Green Goblin, which is on that same body mold as the new Hobgoblin. The head looks very good on that figure. Does sound, a friend of mine talked to Dwight this morning, and he said that we will not be getting a Norman Osborn unmasked head for that figure, unfortunately. Also, he showed, or Hasbro showed the Spider UK figure, and it looks like a brand new body mold, so I'm kind of pretty excited for that, because I think the Bucky Cap mold is kind of showing its age, and it's not always perfect for certain characters. I don't know yet if this is going to be bigger than the Bucky Cap mold, or about the same size or smaller, so we'll just have to wait and see on that. But I think it'll be great for characters maybe that aren't super skinny like Spider-Man, still have some musculature to them. Thinking maybe like Adam Warlock might be a good mold. It's kind of, it wouldn't be if it ends up being larger than Bucky Cap, but we'll have to see on that. Spider-Man 2099, that's his, I guess, his newest costume. I know a lot of people are kind of scratching their heads like, well, how come we're getting this? You know, it seems like Hasbro's on a kick where they want to give us all the brand new costumes now, so I don't see them slowing down. I wish we'd get more classic characters, but anyway, speaking of new costumes and characters, we're getting the Kamala Khan, I believe is her name, Miss Marvel. She's the one who has very similar powers as Mr. Fantastic. So she's going to come with alternate, I guess, human arms and her effects arms. So, you know, that's going to be pretty cool. It'll be nice to see some ACBA with that figure. Next, they showed Jackal, which looks pretty cool. I think a lot of people were complaining that he's a little bit too muscular. He's supposed to be kind of like a scrawny, emaciated looking character. So I'm not, you know, that invested in the character, so it doesn't really bother me that much. Not even sure if I'm gonna pick him up. Then last but definitely not least is the symbiote black suit Spider-Man, which I was really looking forward to. The figure that they showed on display looks really glossy. You know, some people say that's pretty comic accurate. I'm just not a fan of that look, especially just glossy paint on figures. Especially, you know, when you're trying to do photography with them, it's kind of a pain in the ass. And I definitely don't like that elongated torso again from the Pizza Parker. We really need to ask Hasbro why they did that instead of just stuck with the Superior Spider-Man mold, which I thought was far better. On Friday morning, they did a little press thing on the internet. I guess it was streaming on YouTube, and they showed Dazzler, Angela, and Kid Nova. So yeah, I think a lot of people were kind of confused why we're getting a classic Dazzler. It's you know, I'm always complaining that we're not getting classic characters, but I can't think of too many people who want the disco version of Dazzler. So whatever. I know a lot of people wanted the blue suited version of her with the short hair, so they definitely disappointed a lot of people. Angela looks good for the most part. This definitely looks like a prototype to me, but I like what they're going with her. It looks very comic accurate. It's going to be next to impossible, I think, to create the straps that she has that are kind of flowing off of her. But the hair looks fantastic. Unfortunately, it looks like the Moonstone head. But yeah, I like what they're doing. And yeah, initially I thought she was too short, but I went back and looked at the comics, and she is drawn the same height as Gamora, even though she's a Asgardian. So it's a little bit contradictory, but it's, you know, comic accurate. So I'm going with it. And then Kid Nova, which I'm not a fan of that character. You know, Richard Rider is always going to be my Nova, but you know, a lot of people are fans of the animated series, and they want this figure. And you know, I know Boog called it pretty quickly that once we got that new Spider-Man mold that we were going to get a Kid Nova. So you know, he was right. Looks pretty decent. Yeah, it's got some, you know, sculpted gauntlets, and looks like they're probably going to use that that plastic that's got the paint swirled into it, so that'll probably turn out pretty nice. Another exciting thing they showed on Friday was the Netflix Marvel Legends figures. They showed Punisher and Jessica Jones. Now, these are probably hand-painted prototypes, so the figures look fantastic in the display case. It'll be interesting to see how they actually turn out in final form. In fact, one of my friends sent me these pictures. I had to ask him, I was like, are these Marvel Legends? Because they looked like imports to me, just the amount of paint detail. So We can only cross our fingers that they turn out this nice in final form, but they look really good. The head sculpts look very accurate to the actors, and really like the costumes. My friend Michael Wisman mentioned that we'll hopefully finally be getting a Mary Jane now that we have jeans and a jacket for Mary Jane to wear. So yeah, that's one really good upside if you're not a big fan of Jessica Jones, the character or the figure. At least look at these figures as potential of what we could be getting in the future as far as different characters goes. So being that today was Saturday, that is when the Hasbro panel takes place, and that's when the majority of the reveals are shown. First off, we got official images of the 3 3/4 inch 2-packs that they're going to be doing for Guardians. We've got Gamora and Star-Lord, and again, the suits don't go with each other. Costumes don't match the comics. And then we have Groot and Rocket Raccoon. And if you're a 3 3/4 inch collector, it'll be nice to get that Groot. I will probably end up buying these, even though I have Gamora single carded. But I'm a Guardians nerd, so I gotta have these. Next, we move on to the 6-inch Marvel Legends, and they have the official image for Angela, which these official images are always extremely photoshopped, and of course it looks great. The figure, the prototype is in the case, so we know it's not going to look quite this good, but I do like what they're trying to accomplish. Next, we have Dark Hawk, and I really have no affinity for this character. A lot of people are excited for him because he, I think, came in 2nd place in the fan vote last year, so it makes sense that they would go ahead and make this figure. Not too happy that he's taken a position on in the Guardians roster. There's so many other figures and characters that we need, so I'm going to pass on this one. Next, Kid Nova, and again, they revealed the prototype already for this. I definitely don't care about this figure at all, but I know a lot of people are excited for him. Next, we have Vance Astro, which is kind of bizarre. I guess it makes sense because they came out with the Guardians 3000 comic recently, but he's actually from the first volume of Guardians, and that was a completely different team, completely different timeline. They're supposed to be way in the future, and yeah, that's where the real Yondu is from, not that ridiculous character they made for the Guardians movie. And then finally, the Build-A-Figure is going to be Titus, which I'm only familiar with Titus from the animated Guardians show. I gotta read up on him and find out if he made any appearances anywhere else, but it could be just a character that they made up for the animated show. I'll probably end up getting it. I do like the animated series, but yeah, it's a bummer. I much rather have seen a Badoon, a monster of Badoon. That would have been perfect. Super Scroll would have been nice. There's so many other things that would have been better. Frustration. Next, we move on to the X-Men reveals for the panel today, and first off, we already knew these figures were coming. We just didn't have confirmation of what costumes. We have already seen the prototype for Dazzler, and again in her disco costume. Yeah, Hasbro's going to milk that effects piece for the next few years to come. But yeah, I don't care about this figure at all. Next we have Colossus, and I know a lot of people are excited for him. Of course, this promo image looks fantastic. I'm not that familiar with the X-Men, so I don't know which costume this is supposed to be, but looks pretty cool. And the size looks like it'll be a worthwhile figure. Next we have Cyclops, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for this guy. Everybody's been wanting to complete their Jim Lee X-Men roster, which I already talked about, that they want to do a complete blue and gold team. So yeah, we're getting there slowly, one figure at a time. And next we have Polaris. Actually, kind of looking forward to this figure, even though it's pretty much just a repaint of the Scarlet Witch with slightly different hair. Looks like they have the modified tiara, which I'm glad that they just didn't half-ass it with the same tiara that Scarlet Witch comes with. And yeah, those are new effects as well. I can't remember. Somebody it just got really Havoc. Those are the same effects that come with Havoc, just in green. Next we have Sunfire, and I'm actually excited for this figure. He's been in a lot of different crossovers, so he looks super cool. Hopefully the paint job turns out this crisp, but we can just wait and see. I think maybe that they're doing the same fists from Iron Fist. These are just with the flames, and hopefully we'll have regular fisted hands as well. And then the Build-A-Figure is going to be Warlock, which I know some people are going to be excited for. I'm disappointed, but yeah, I think probably Sunfire and Polaris will probably be the only two figures from this wave I'll end up getting. I might end up getting Cyclops. I don't know. I was a pretty big fan of him when I was a kid, but yeah, I don't really have any reason to get this Warlock Build-A-Figure. So far, the painted prototypes that they have out on display look pretty damn good. I do have to tip my hat to Hasbro. There looks like the paint apps have been progressively getting better with the past couple waves, the X-Men wave and the Spider-Man wave. So hopefully they will continue to improve the quality control, and we'll get figures that look this nice when they come out in stores. The other reveals that they had in the panel, besides the Netflix figures that I already showed, are a Dark Phoenix, and a lot of X-Men fans are excited about that. Dwight mentioned that they're thinking about doing her hair in translucent plastic and then putting paint on it, so that would be pretty cool to give her that that flaming look. And they also showed a 3D model and an image from the comics of Monica Rambeau. So a lot of people are excited for her. I'll probably end up getting her just because she was an Avenger. But I'm not a big fan of the character. They did show a 3D model, but it was like gray on a black background, or black, yeah, like gray on dark gray, and it was just really hard. You couldn't really see it, so I just stuck with this image they put up from the comics. And a lot of people were excited for Mary Jane. They're finally going to make her, so Michael Wisman's speculation about the genes on Jessica Jones makes perfect sense, that we'll get Mary Jane finally. So yeah, cool. cool for Spider-Man fans. And then finally, I am extremely excited for a new Invisible Woman. They showed this promo image, so hopefully tomorrow some of these promotional images will go up on Hasbro's site. But this is the best one I could find at the moment, and looks like she will have I'm hoping an interchangeable arm, because they're showing a translucent arm on her right side, and we might even get a new Herbie, so that would be cool, and hopefully get some more Fantastic Four characters as well. And finally, the last bit of news I have for today, Saturday, is that the X-Men wave has been showing up at Walgreens and Target. I went to my Target today, and I did confirm that they had them in the back, but they told me the street date was July 31st, so they were unwilling to go back and pull them for me. I'll definitely try on Monday. I haven't decided if I'm going to go back and try again tomorrow, but I know a few of my friends in the community were able to go to their Targets and get them early. So and with that, I hope you guys like the video, you share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and I always love hearing back from you guys, so please leave a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.